Wait.
Hiking is often a peaceful escape, but sometimes it reveals things that leave us questioning reality. From ghostly apparitions to mysterious voices, these chilling encounters caught on camera will make you think twice before hitting the trail. Get ready for some of the scariest hiking moments ever documented. The Pioneer West Tower apparition, a haunting encounter. At 1 a.m., a Reddit user visited the eerie Pioneer West Tower and snapped a photo of the ancient structure under a dim street lamp. Later, while reviewing the image, they noticed a shadowy figure near the base of a tree, distinct and unsettling. Research revealed the tree hid a forgotten graveyard, raising questions about whether the figure had emerged from it. A year later, the user's close friend, who had visited with them, unexpectedly passed away. Was it a coincidence or had something sinister followed them home? The Pioneer West Tower still stands, and some believe the presence within it never left. The abandoned house phantom. The hiker hadn't planned to stop. The old house, leaning against time itself, was barely visible through the overgrowth. Its windows, dark and hollow, stared back like vacant eyes. Curiosity won. With a camera in hand, they stepped closer, capturing the eerie silence. As the lens swept across the second-floor window, something moved. A fleeting shadow. A figure. Too quick, too sudden. The hiker froze, heart pounding. Had they imagined it? Holding their breath, they waited. The wind whispered through broken shingles. A branch creaked, but the window remained empty. Seconds stretched into eternity. Nothing. A chill ran down their spine. Suddenly, the feeling of being watched became unbearable. Gripping their camera, they turned and walked away, then broke into a run. When they checked the footage later, their blood turned to ice. The shadow was real, and it had been watching them the whole time. The mysterious voice on the trail. A TikToker's haunting experience. A viral TikTok video features a solo hiker who encounters a mysterious disembodied voice asking for help while hiking in a remote wilderness. As she hears the voice, she hesitates, visibly scared, and debates whether to investigate or leave. Viewers are divided, with some urging her to investigate while others advise caution, suspecting the voice could be a trap. The TikToker ultimately decides to turn around, filming the eerie surroundings before leaving. The video sparks heated debate about safety and ethics in solo hiking, with theories ranging from a prank to a paranormal occurrence.
Oh my God!
The mystery remains unsolved, leaving viewers questioning the nature of the voice and her decision. The ghostly church figure. One autumn afternoon, Emma, a traveler and amateur photographer, discovered an old stone church in a quiet village. She spent hours capturing its beauty, including a photo of two children near the entrance. When reviewing her shots later, Emma noticed a strange, ghostly figure standing behind the children in an indistinct, translucent shape, seemingly from another time. Confused, she shared the photo with a paranormal community, where responses ranged from optical illusions to theories about a monk or a mourning woman. The church, built on an old cemetery, had a history of strange occurrences, but Emma, a skeptic, couldn't explain the figure. Though she tried to dismiss it, the image haunted her thoughts, leaving her to wonder whether she'd captured something supernatural. Some mysteries, however, are better left unsolved. The Appalachian Woods Shadow. Zari loved hiking the Appalachian Woods with her dog, Cooper, but one autumn afternoon, something felt off. Cooper, usually calm, became agitated, tugging at the leash and growling at something unseen. As they continued down the trail, Zari felt a growing unease, but she attributed it to a wild animal or a squirrel. Later, while reviewing footage from her hike, Zari noticed a shadowy, tall figure lurking in the trees, something she hadn't seen at the time. Cooper had sensed it earlier, but now, Zari realized the figure was no illusion. She found online stories of similar encounters, including tales of the woodsman, a mysterious presence in the Appalachian forests. Shaken, Zari couldn't bring herself to return to the woods, haunted by the unsettling thought that something darker was watching them. The Plank Walk Survivor. A woman recently survived a terrifying fall on the Plank Walk of Mount Huashan, one of the world's most dangerous hiking paths. The narrow, precarious walkway, attached to the mountain's cliffs, is known for its steep drops. While navigating the path, the woman lost her footing and slipped, but miraculously survived the fall, sustaining only minor injuries. It's unclear how she avoided death. though some speculate the fall was broken by ledges. The plank walk, notorious for fatal accidents, has weathered wooden planks bolted into steep rock faces, offering little safety. Despite efforts to add chains and guardrails, accidents continue, highlighting the extreme danger of this treacherous route. The dashcam mystery. As the driver was cruising down a quiet, dimly lit road, the hum of the engine and the steady rhythm of his tires were the only sounds he could hear. His eyes were focused on the winding path ahead when suddenly something caught his attention. A gray figure streaking across the road at an incredible speed appeared out of nowhere. It moved so quickly that it seemed almost unnatural, like a blur in his peripheral vision. His heart raced and a chill crept down his spine. Confused and startled, he slammed on the brakes and swung the steering wheel, making a sharp U-turn. Desperate to make sense of what he had just witnessed, he drove back to the spot where the figure had crossed, his headlights slicing through the night, but the road was eerily empty. There was no sign of any person, animal, or anything out of the ordinary. Perplexed, he parked and pulled out his phone, eager to review the footage recorded by his dashcam. As the video played, his eyes widened with disbelief. The gray figure, motionless in the footage but still clearly visible, crossed the road with the same eerie speed he had seen with his own eyes. But now, there was no explanation for its presence. It seemed to defy logic and reason. The driver sat in silence, staring at the screen, his mind racing. What he had just seen was not a trick of the light or an illusion. His dashcam confirmed the bizarre event. Yet, there was no physical trace left behind, no sign of any living creature or object that could explain the strange sighting. It was as if the figure had vanished into thin air. The incident remained a mystery, one that would linger in his thoughts long after that night. The moving cemetery statue. The moving cemetery statue. While hiking through an ancient, overgrown cemetery, a man noticed what seemed like a statue's arm shifting. At first, he thought it was a trick of the light, but when he looked closer, the arm of the stone figure, a mournful angel, had moved slightly. Disturbed, he watched as the statue's head slowly lifted, its stone fingers flexing, as if coming to life. The air grew colder, the silence deeper, and a chill ran down his spine.
Wait.
Panicked, he turned to run, but the faint sound of stone scraping against stone echoed behind him. Terrified, he fled, never to return, haunted by the unsettling memory of the statue's eerie movement. The glowing eyes in the night. Casey's dog refused to go outside, standing frozen at the door, eyes wide with fear. Thinking it was just a deer, Casey stepped into the dark yard, only to hear heavy footsteps approaching. She turned and saw two glowing eyes staring at her from the edge of the woods. The eyes didn't blink or move, unnervingly still and fixed on her.
What is that?
Her heart raced as the wind picked up, rustling the leaves, and then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the eyes vanished. The footsteps stopped. She hurried back inside, her dog now trembling at her feet. She locked the door, but the unsettling feeling of being watched lingered. The silence outside seemed too heavy, too charged. Whatever it was, she felt certain it wasn't gone.